Hi, welcome back to my channel. Oh. What's up, warriors? It is Friday, August 12th. It is the afternoon. Today I weighed in at Today I weighed in at 127.2. Actually, today was 127.6. Yesterday was 127.2. That is my lowest weight so far, which is exciting because I have dropped considerably. Now, we did change my macros, and that is why I have dropped. Why the sudden drop? My macros have now been cut. We cut 100 calories, so I'm at 1,500 calories, and we dropped 100 calories directly from my carbs. So now my macro split is 200 protein, 53 fat, and 55 carbs, which seems really, really low, but I guess because my body seems to have adjusted from the low carbs a week ago. It's been a week, yeah. It hasn't been too bad. Now, I use that term with a grain of salt because today has been like a really low energy day. Yesterday, all week, it seemed like I was on quite the high, and I guess what goes up must come down, and come down hard. So today I've been kind of like in a low mood. So I will be just kind of spending the day taking it easy. I did spend the week like running around a lot. This is why I wasn't able to vlog earlier. So originally today was supposed to be a full day of eating, and I was gonna like mix that in with my top 5 diet hacks, but I've been on a high all week. I've been running around, I've been running errands, I've been, training all kinds of clients, answering emails, doing all this kind of stuff, and I guess today was the day I crashed hard. And I'm like a plant. I need sun. And today was like the day where the clouds got heavy and it got rainy and it played with my head, and that didn't work out so well. So no full day of eating for today, but I will give you my diet hacks regardless. But first, I do want to mention that I do not have any news pertaining to what the giveaway will be, but I'm loving your comments. I'm really appreciating the support as we go along, and so those of you obviously who are interacting more with this video will be the ones who are chosen at the end for this giveaway. I'm trying to work out a couple things and also try to figure out who you guys are, because I don't necessarily want to buy something for someone that is not necessarily, like I wouldn't buy something girly for if it seems to be a guy who's more, anyway, I'm not, oh my god. Oh yeah, so I also want to mention that I bought my bikini and hired the designer for both bikini and my theme wear. For those of you who are new to my channel, who are new to the journey, I am competing for a federation. No, not the WBFF, for SAF, and the fitness model category does have both a bikini and theme wear round. So I found my designer. It's actually a local designer in the Montreal area. If you guys, they're really, really awesome. Il Bolero, they're actually nice enough to sponsor part of my bikini for the show, which I'm so excited because this stuff adds up really quickly. So it's really, really nice of them to help me out with that. And obviously I highly recommend their services to anybody out there, anybody in the area who's looking for like a kick-ass designer. I've always been really weary about buying bikinis online just because, one, I'm like OCD like that. I don't like the tying. Like, I don't like the tying. I find it messy. I really like a clean cut, but obviously that needs to be fitted to you, right? And I just find it strange to have something, it's such a small amount of fabric, and I would really want to make sure that it's like tailored to my body, and I don't see how they can possibly do that just through online, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, there's very specific measurements that I don't necessarily know that I need to take. So that's it. So that's being done. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. I guess you guys will have to wait and see. But I'm really, really excited. My first fitting is in September, so we still have lots of time for that. So the macro cut's really not that bad. 1,500 calories is a lot compared to what I hear some other girls are eating and whatever, even though I don't have a whole lot of carbs. You know, I make do. And there are ways to make things easier on yourself when you are dieting. So that's kind of what I wanted this video to be about. My foolproof diet hacks. In no particular order of importance, I'm gonna go with my favorite one, and number one would be volume. Volume, and I guess fiber kind of ties into that too, like nutrient dense foods. So I like to eat a lot. I'm the type of person who really does like to eat and feel full. And so when I'm dieting, I don't particularly like to have like 6 or 7 meals throughout the day because I feel like I'm perpetually snacking, and that doesn't necessarily make me feel satisfied in any way. So what I like to do is I like to find very low calorie foods and make them into large meals. Cauliflower, for example, is the real MVP. When we started cutting down my carbs, I started mixing. I used to use a half cup of steel cut oats for my breakfast, but then once we cut down a lot of my carbs, a quarter cup of oats to me seemed like absolutely nothing. So a good way to bulk that up and get fiber and get, you know, good source of veggies and all kinds of other vitamins is to use cauliflower. So I started doing it that way, and then once like my carbs were pretty much completely removed, I was just having the cauliflower as oats. But you learn how to like flavor it so that it doesn't taste like vegetables. Giant salad bowls, zucchini noodles. You can even make, like, if you're still able to have oatmeal, like sometimes you can put zucchini in the oats, and if you put it with like cocoa powder, stuff like that, I mean, it's basically a zucchini cake just in oatmeal form. So things like that, things that are rich in fiber as well. Like when I was still, like, for those of you who are still eating carbs, like I was eating black bean pasta that had like 10 grams of fiber per serving. I was having 2 servings at a time. It was really, really, really good. High protein diets as well, like the protein keeps you full. You know, and if you try to eat it more, like get it more from food than actual protein powder, it just seems like you have a lot more meals that way. Again, this is all if you are the type of person who likes eating. So there are days where I don't care to eat. There are days where I just want to have a shake and some nuts and I'm okay. They're rare, but they happen. So yeah, they help you feel full. Because of the fiber content or even fat content, the digestion is a lot slower. So it'll take a while until you're hungry again for your next meal. Now, one thing that I like to do between meals is drink lots and lots of liquid. So the most important one, obviously, is water. Drink lots of water. Stay very hydrated, especially if you have a high protein diet. Like definitely stay hydrated. You know, you'll always hear people and their concerns about kidney stones and all that kind of stuff forming from high protein diets, and it's because people are not hydrating. Now, if you're bored of water, if you're having a bit of a sugar craving and you want to kind of like alleviate that through liquids, if you find that your meals are not carrying you enough to the next meal, I do recommend bubbles, sparkling water, or any like 0-calorie carbonated drink. I like to use the sparkling ice. They're so good. Or here now in Montreal we have one called like Fruit 2.0 or something. Really tasty, 0 calories, taste like fruit. They're awesome. I also do recommend your BCAAs for recovery. I should probably do one of those because I could use a little recovering. And of course, caffeine, be it through coffee, be it tea. If you already have too much caffeine in the day, like an herbal tea is great. That warm liquid will help keep you full long term. I know in the winter I always like to have like a pot of tea on me all the time. I mean, I'm peeing like nonstop, but hey, it flushes your system out, gets rid of some of those toxins. It's awesome. Just drink your water. Another one for me is I'm a sweet tooth. Like I've got a major sweet tooth. So like I just bought calorie-free sweeteners. I found out that Starbucks is going to be discontinuing the sugar-free hazelnut syrup, which is my favorite syrup. So that was sad, but I went to Winners and found one that is pretty much exactly like it. In fact, they even had a vanilla and caramel, so I bought all three. So now I've got those on me. I can use it for my pancakes, I can use it for my coffees, I can use it for any kind of dessert, or even if I want to change the flavor of my vanilla protein. Why not? Another diet hack that helped me, and this is a 100% necessary, this might not even help you per se, this is very personal. When I first started dieting, I started using intermittent fasting as a way to keep my meals larger because I was eating in a smaller, because I had a smaller feeding window. My meal, like I kept my meals at, I think I had 4 meals and I made them quite large and they kept me full. And by the time I got to the next one, obviously I wasn't starving. So eating again, you're just kind of always satiated. And because you had so much in such little time, overnight's kind of like a breeze. I actually started doing that to get rid of a habit because for me, binge o'clock used to be like between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m., which is weird because most people binge at night, but I don't. So I started to break that habit, so I would start eating at noon, which would be after that time, and by noon I was always at home, so it was like I had no choice but to eat my first meal at home, which was stuff that I had at home. It just kind of helped break a certain habit, which is gone now, and I haven't continued practicing intermittent fasting. Every once in a while I'm going to try if I find that I'm going to have like a really long day ahead and I don't want my meals to get spread out that thin. I'll push it as far as I can. But I do find, like today I tried to do it and honestly it didn't work out. Like I felt like crap. So again, just listen to your body. If you are really hungry, like you should just eat. But if you find that it might help you, if you have more calories to play with, because that's another thing, if you're dealing with like a smaller amount of calories, it might get kind of brutal. But yeah, so if you are diet brain. Okay, anyway, so that's my take on intermittent fasting. I know that there's like a lot of pros and cons and different ways of doing it. I was eating between 12 and 4. Some people, like, you can shift, it doesn't matter what time really, it is very personal. Like I said, it really depends on your lifestyle and what works for you. Number 5, and this is probably the most important one, is perspective. And you're gonna say, well, you can't eat perspective, and you're right, you can't. But it is a diet hack, because at the end of the day, this is something you choose to do. And you're gonna be fine. I mean, unless you're eating like a leaf of lettuce every day, I think you're gonna be okay. And I have to remind myself of that as well, especially on days like today, where I just wanted to be in bed and not talk to anybody and just curl up and make today disappear. At the end of the day, we're not always going to feel good every day. Prep is hard, prep is extreme, and but like I said, it's something that you choose to do and you can do, and you will do. So that's it. I mean, you could sit there and whine and complain about it. God knows, like that's what I did a lot in my prep 2 years ago, in my prep attempt last year. It was all just negative, you know, like I would get my macros cut and it was just like, ugh, I didn't want to. I didn't feel like they should be cut, and I felt like I can get away with more food, or I felt like damn it, why can't I have more carbs, and why, you know, this, and why me, and why can that person have froyo, and why can, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it is a matter of perspective. When I got my macros changed this time around, you know, I went for it and I offered to cut even more because I was just like, let's do it. I have a goal and I want to reach it, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get there. And sometimes those low days are what it takes to get there. So for those of you who are on prep, hang in there. You're going to be fine. You're not going to die. I know you get hungry, but trust me, caving and eating that jar of peanut butter or that muffin or that oat bar from Starbucks that I want really bad is not going to be worth it. I'm just kidding. I'm actually not craving. Honestly, I'm not even craving anything, to be honest. Like most of the time when I do crave things, it's like coffee or a sugar-free Monster, which, like I said, are things I can have. So that's pretty okay with me. And so I guess that's it for today. I'm sorry I didn't get to do the full day of eating. I will get around to doing another one, I promise. I was supposed to train legs today. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think I'm just gonna take it easy and train legs tomorrow. Not much has changed on that front. I've added a couple sets for hamstrings and glutes. That's about it. And that's it. So I hope this video helped. I know it helped me in some weird way. I know you might not believe me, but like literally 5 minutes ago I was in bed and I was like, I don't want to talk to anyone. And I was like, you know what? Do the YouTube. Say hi to your YouTubers. You're gonna feel better. And I do. I do feel better. So thanks for listening. Thanks for letting me rant and share my little tips and tricks on dieting and my updates on my prep that is going well and it's in motion. If this was helpful, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share the video, comment below. I love hearing from you. If you guys have any extra diet tips, please let me know. I might be forgetting one. And remind y'all out there to also continue using my hashtag warrior mindset. I love it when you do. And if you are new, don't forget to subscribe for more updates. I do try to post videos every week. Now that the house will be slightly more empty, I might try for twice a week, but don't hold me to that just yet. You never know. Yeah, it's definitely gonna start raining, so I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye. I had a little chat with myself and in the mirror out loud. I shit you not, I probably looked really crazy, but I did not care. And I told myself, Sophie, you are a badass bitch and you get shit done.